Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cece and I'm going to be your intuitive reader for today. So it's been a minute. Had to take a little bit of time off. Let's just see what we got for you. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Let's check the energy. Spirit, please connect me to my collective, please, and protect me while I channel these messages for them and anything not of the divine plan or the light is no longer welcome. Amen. Okay. So let's see what angel numbers we have for you to get an idea. Excuse me, geez. I just started this reading and my throat's already acting funny. Okay, so that's interesting. We have 2424 with good times. Let's see, 2424 with good times. Leisure, rest, holiday, pleasure, love, affection, kindness, and happiness. These just flew out. It's a little bit too much though, Spirit. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family or your friends how you feel, you'll find that you're all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. So some of you could be feeling like, I don't know, like unlovable, or like you don't deserve the things that are meant for you. And I think that this card is just reminding you that, you know, you are worthy of those things, and maybe you need to reach out to the people around you, because, you know, you're not alone. Even if you feel like you're alone, you're not. And you'd be really surprised to find that if you're open and honest about what's been bothering you or about what's going on with you, that there might be some people in your life that are either going through the same thing and you can help each other, or have gone through something that you've already gone through, or completely validate and understand your feelings. But you would never know that unless you were honest and open with them, you know? We also have 0404 with slow down. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. Yeah, so some of you, you know, Spirit is saying that some of you need to be more aware and more aware of your surroundings, the people you keep in your life. I know I'm guilty of this too in the past, so, you know, because, you know, I'm not perfect, but, you know, I've been guilty of in the past of not being so nice to myself, and, you know, kind of neglecting myself, my health, all that kind of stuff, due to, you know, the stress I was in and the situations I was in. You know, and this card is just urging you to kind of warn you that, you know, to avoid any further issues that might be detrimental to your mental, physical, and spiritual health, that it's good to communicate clearly. Don't bottle things up and let it fester. Don't hold grudges. Be open and honest and clear in your communication, but still be able to have, you know, healthy boundaries that you don't allow people to cross, but not also keeping yourself completely isolated as well, to maybe further breed that unhealthy kind of behavior of spiritual low vibrations and, you know, physical discomfort or unhealthiness or anything like that. I just can't seem to get these cards to look straight in the camera today for some reason. We have change with 555. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in your life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. Yeah, so making some of these changes might feel a little bit uncomfortable. Like, for some of you, getting out of your comfort zone is what is going to actually push you into this change and bring you closer to your personal power with this 8888 card. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. Angels are sending the number to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for your greater good. So with this card, the first thing I saw, or the first thing I thought of whilst reading that, was if you show people and show, you know, the universe that you're serious about your boundaries and you're serious about what you said when you said it and meaning it, and you're true to yourself, that your surroundings, so like the world around you, the people around you, they will start to respect those boundaries and respect you. You'll start to draw in more positive, high vibrational energy via situations, people, places, and things that will treat you with respect in response to the way that you are carrying yourself and you are treating yourself in your own life. It's about living completely unafraid and unabashedly in your personal power. And with the 7777 card, with perseverance, some of you have been through a lot. You know, you've been through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of trials and tribulations, and you've had to persevere, and you've had to kind of harden yourself in such a way to almost kind of keep yourself safe in the past. And I think, you know, that may, for some of you, have resulted in really, really, really strong boundaries, but to your own detriment, that you are now kind of isolated from some people. It says here, there's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. Reach for the wisdom within, and then you'll just know what the right step is. So I'm sensing for some of you, these boundaries and things that you've put up due to whatever situations you've been through in the past, have been put up by your ego, meaning that the isolation and the boundaries that you've put up have kind of hindered your your growth in the sense that you are putting up these boundaries in a state of fear and keeping everything and everyone out, rather than putting up healthy boundaries that state your self-worth. So I think that with this saying that you need to change the perspective on whatever is going on with you right now, I think that you need to take a good look at everything and really think about it and really look inside yourself and to the universe and to the divine and figure out what part of the whole scope that you're not seeing clearly. You can do that through meditation. You can do that through daily prayer if you pray. Let's see. Reach for your wisdom within. Yeah, you can, when you do your meditations, or what's the word I'm looking for? What is it called? When you do, like, I guess self-reflection is another word for it. That wasn't really the term I was looking for, but yeah, when you look inside of yourself and you kind of go deep inside your mind's palace and you're really in a deep meditative state, or like a trance almost, looking into yourself and trying to find the wisdom that's already locked inside of you. You know, we're very spiritual beings. We have a lot of past experiences and a lot of past wisdom that we don't have access to right now, or maybe, you know, some of us do and some of us don't. And, you know, everything you need to grow and to succeed and to bring your dreams into life is already locked inside of you. You just have to unlock it. With this Soul Giraffe card, I'm going to quickly read from the guidebook, because I'm kind of getting an idea just from the card itself intuitively, but I do want to see kind of what it has to say, because I feel like some of these guidebooks, you know, they're written by the creator of the decks, and they have different insights and guidance and stuff in them. So let's see. Yes, it says here, the attributes for this card are vision, grace, higher vantage, and seeing obstacles. So yeah, this is kind of like a confirmation of what I was saying about changing your perspective, getting a wider vantage, seeing all the obstacles, being able to see through a wider scope, seeing your situation more clearly. The Soul Giraffe is here to help you with your grander vision, to allow you to see higher and farther. The long neck of the Soul Giraffe gives you an elevated view of what's on the horizon, as well as other vantage points of the big picture. We're also reminded that perhaps we cannot label something as good or bad, or right or wrong, unless we can see the full picture. The giraffe gracefully glides along the path, spotting what others cannot. So, yeah, you have to kind of shift your perception of your whole situation right now. I'm hearing that some of you are going to have to find out the truth about certain situations. Maybe you heard something through other people or something like that, but you don't know if it's completely true. Or maybe you're having like intuitive feelings and downloads about a situation or a person or something like that, that is making you feel like you can't fully trust them or something like that. And, you know, Spirit is saying that looking too closely at that one thing is going to take away from seeing the bigger picture and being able to see what you need to actually see because you'll be too focused on this one aspect of the situation where you could be seeing the whole thing as a whole to gain more information and more confirmation and more knowledge and wisdom about what is really going on around you. We have a light grows brighter only by lighting another. So instantly when I see this, the first thing I think of is obviously the solar plexus chakra with all this yellow, but also that either you feel like, people aren't always uplifting you, like you feel like there's something lacking in that department in your life, that like maybe no matter who you surround yourself with, there's just something about your light that seems to irritate them, or you feel like people don't lift you up, they don't uplift you, they don't give to you like you give to them. And for some of you, this card represents how you uplift people and how you encourage people to be better, and you help them, and you're very, generous and giving and warm. A light grows brighter only by lighting another. Yeah, so I'm also I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I'm hearing like no gatekeeping. So how do I explain that, Spirit? Okay, so just because you light another candle doesn't mean that the first candle that was lit is no longer a candle or no longer shining light into the room that it's in. So it doesn't matter. This is saying like it doesn't matter that you are helping other candles light and find their flame. You are still a candle that is shining brightly. You're still the first candle that needed to be lit to provide, fire to all these other candles. It doesn't lessen your shine or it doesn't dim your shine or your fire. Because you've helped other candles light. The only way that that your candle is gonna go out is if you completely burn out to the very bottom with no more wax, or if something or someone comes by and puts the flame out manually. So, do not let yourself feel snuffed out by some other people or a situation, or whatever it is that you're dealing with. There's nothing wrong with flickering a little bit here and there, because I think that's natural for that to happen, but don't allow yourself to feel snuffed out. And in the event that your flame does go out for some reason, guess what? You're filled in a room of other candles that you've already lit in the past. And do you think that those other candles, those other people that you've uplifted, that you've helped find the light inside of them, do you think that they're going to let you stay unlit? If these people truly are grateful to you and truly care about you like you care about them, then the answer is no. They're going to come back and relight your flame, because you give what you get. Or no, you get what you give. Sorry. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Let's see. We got the universe. Yep, the universe has your back. The universe favors you. You don't have to worry about what may or may not happen because the universe has your back. Trust in the universe also, I'm hearing. It might not seem like things are happening or things are going the way that you want, or you might feel stagnant right now, but the universe is saying to trust. Trust that things aren't going to stay the way that they are right now. You are in the middle of a shift right now. Big things are going to be happening. These people that you've uplifted and helped to grow into strong flames in the past are here to also be helpful to you in response as their thanks to you for all the things you've done for them. With this card up here saying that you need to be open and more honest with your communication with the people around you, and that you'll find that you are on the same page. That's kind of what that card is saying. We have, you are perfectly imperfect. This one's pretty self-explanatory, but I am being urged to kind of just talk about it a little bit, that everybody is imperfectly perfect. You are made in a way that is unique and worthy and deserving of the things that you want in life, and everyone is different in their own way. You are perfectly imperfect is another way of just reminding you that you are beautiful and that you are protected, and there's no problem with being different and unique, and you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be a carbon copy of what society tells you, or what your parents told you growing up, or what people around you think that you are. You are a perfectly imperfect version of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. You decided to wake up, or else why did you draw me? So with this card, I'm kind of feeling like just keep going on your path, even if it seems hard, even if you don't want to get out of bed in the morning, even if you think everything is shit and that it's never going to be better. The universe is saying, well, you got up, didn't you? You're doing your thing, aren't you? There's a part of you that wants to keep going. There's a part of you that wants to fight for this, even if you feel like you don't want to. Let's see here. What if you left clues and signs for yourself as wake-up calls for this lifetime, knowing you would fall asleep to your true mission? These symbols appearing in books, movies, songs, colors, names, etc. are calling you. There's a reason you've been drawn to this cosmic journey right now, and drawing this card is the next jolt forward. Pay attention. What is real? We can dream while fully awake, but we have to choose to wake up first. You're both the dreamer and the dreamed, ready to bring your dream to life. I love that. That was cute. Okay, so sorry. I've got to move something off my table here. There we go. Oh no. Everything is uneven now. No. Alrighty. So let's get into the tarot and see what other messages come out. Spirit, what is going on with the energy with my collective? What other messages do you have for them? What other messages do we have for my collective? I think that my microphone cord is now in the way because I moved everything. That's annoying. Okay. What other messages do we have for my collective today, Spirit? Well, that card wanted to come out, but it slipped right back in. We have the King of Swords. Yeah, some of you are refinding your voice right now. like I said, you're being very, some of you are going to be very clear in your communication. You're going to be speaking up about what it is that you desire to do, what you desire to change in your life. Some of you are going to be standing up for yourself more. You're going to have almost like an authoritative air about you that people are going to notice. You're going to be demanding respect. You like command the room, that, you know, every room that you walk in. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you have been waiting for this for a long time, feeling kind of like, you know, this breakthrough is never going to happen, or it's taking forever. How am I ever going to get to the next spot? It's like I'm always harvesting and harvesting and harvesting like a squirrel. You know how they like try to harvest for the whole winter by like hiding acorns and nuts everywhere, and then like if you come across it, it's like hundreds of thousands of acorns, and you're like, where did these acorns come from? It also could be like maybe some of you might need to let some things go. Like maybe you've gathered and harvested so much, but it's kind of just been hoarded in this place, not being used. It's like a just in case thing. But I'm hearing that Spirit is saying that for some of you, holding on to whatever that is and it just being there and it not actually being used is actually you holding on to something that is actually holding you back from moving forward, because that just in case, oh, we need to have this just in case type of feeling, kind of energy is almost like living, it's almost like a state of lack or scarcity, where you're so focused on, well, what if I don't have this, or what if I need this, or what, you know, at any moment what I have can be gone, so I need to have all this stuff stockpiled for me. That is living in a state of lack and scarcity instead of being in a mindset of abundance and trust in God and the universe. So that's kind of what I'm hearing with the Seven of Pentacles for some of you. Ooh, we got the Queen of Swords. So somebody could be getting into a new relationship soon, or some of you could already be in a relationship. You could be married or in a very serious relationship with your partner, with, you know, the King and Queen of Swords I'm getting here. This could also just be, you know, the divine feminines and divine masculines that watch me. It could just be two sides of either coin. So, I mean, take whatever resonates. If you are already in a connection, you already have a partner. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I like never yawn during my readings. That's so weird. Then, you know, if you're in a partnership already or with your partner, take that if it resonates. If you're not, that's totally fine. But the Queen of Swords is the King of Swords partner, is the other side of that. So, you know, you're also, like I said, you're standing up for yourself. You're commanding respect and taking authority of your life. So for some of you, it might come off as a little rigid or a little cold, but again, you're doing this out of the boundaries you've set because of what you've gone through in your past. So you're not doing it to be mean, or you're not doing it to be, you know, rude or whatever like that to anyone in particular. Those are just your boundaries that you have up. And we also have the King of Pentacles. So one of the things in your life, like I was kind of mentioning with the Seven of Pentacles, one of the areas in your life is you want to have like full trust in the universe and in yourself, knowing that, you know, you are taken care of. So you have a lot of, for some of you, a lot of you have a lot of money, in your savings, or a lot of money stockpiled somewhere. But, saving money is obviously a good thing, because it's always nice to have savings. It's always nice to be able to know that, you have the means to take care of yourself and, your family, if you have a family, in the future if needed. But there's also like not a great thing about if you're not going to spend that money a little bit. Again, like I said, living in that state of lack or scarcity draws in more lack and scarcity energetically. So you have to use your money somehow, even if it's just a little bit here and there. You don't need, don't blow your money. Obviously, with the King of Pentacles, this person is very responsible with money, and is aware of their spending habits or lack thereof, depending on the person, and is very good at managing that. So it's not like you're going to go crazy, balls to the wall, and spend all your money and then have no more savings. But there's nothing wrong with using that money a little bit too, to invest in further things for your future, to actually get the things that you need that you've been putting off because you're afraid of not having any more money. Put your money into things that are good for you and that will actually bring you something in return for your future. Don't just spend your money on stupid stuff, and don't just blow it all. With the Hanged Man here, this is more confirmation on having to shift your perspective on your situation. For some of you, the Hanged Man card is kind of urging you to kind of hang in there, essentially. No pun intended. Well, actually, no, it was intended. But to just kind of like hang in there. You are in the process of discovering something very interesting about your situation right now. So you have to, kind of be patient and to kind of observe and watch everything and see what is going to unfold. You are not necessarily being urged to take huge action, but more to learn and observe from your situation. And while you widen your scope and see everything, the big picture of everything, not only what's happening to you in front of you, Spirit is saying that's how you will start to see what your next steps are going to be. You will start to understand the next steps you have to take in your life to kind of move forward. We also had the Knight of Swords come out when I was shuffling. So some of you, if, like I said, with this King and Queen here of Swords, if you are in a partnership, you could have a child with this person. If you obviously that's not for everybody, but you could have a child with this person. I'm kind of seeing that, like, with this like horse and this like really colorful bird, and how like kind of like her dress is blowing in the wind. I'm kind of seeing how this could also kind of represent like a fearless, kind of like childlike way of dealing with things. So kind of like, like sometimes children, they aren't really afraid of anything until something bad happens to them. So until that bad thing happens that creates a fear of something, they kind of just like go full force, like charge ahead into things without really thinking, kind of like almost recklessly or carelessly, because like I said, they're young, they haven't learned those lessons yet. So in their mind, there's nothing to be afraid of yet. And that's kind of what I feel with the Knight of Swords right now, is that's kind of like the way that you have to approach things, as if you've like never been burned, or that you're not afraid of something, that you've never learned that lesson of why something is scary. is kind of what I'm hearing with the Knight of Swords. We also got the Four of Cups. So yeah, some of you, like I said, some of you have definitely been like really focused on certain things that are keeping you where you're at, whether that's finances, relationships, your job, a specific person, you know, whatever. Like, some of you are highly focused on these empty cups, or I don't know if they're empty, but like these cups over here, and you're not realizing that there's like an offer or something better or complementary to you that you're completely ignoring or not even seeing, because you're so focused on whatever's happening over here. And again, like I said, this, I don't want to be a broken record, because I feel like sometimes when I do messages, I hear like the same two messages like over and over again, because it's like Spirit really wants to get the message through. But you have to see the bigger picture. There's, for some of you, even if it's only for like one person, I don't know, it just keeps coming up every time I'm bringing up something new. I keep hearing that they need to see the full picture. There's something for this could, like I said, this could be for like one person. There's something that you're not seeing, or that you're not recognizing, or that you're not realizing is there, or it's like blurry, or you can't make it out. I don't know what it is, but there's something in this big picture that one of you or some of you, I don't know how many people it's for, that you are not seeing. So just think about that. You might need to take a step back so that you can see more and farther. We have the Six of Swords. So I instantly see with this card, with the tortoise and the hare, that, you know, rushing into things without much thought or caution is going to overwork you, tire you out. You're going to feel like, you know, you're going to get to this place after rushing and realizing that you're not ready for anything that you just rushed for. So now you have to sit and wait while all those things kind of catch up with you. All those people kind of catch up with you. And you kind of have to be bored, and you kind of have to like learn the hard way that now you have to sit here and kind of think about, like, why did I rush so much? Like, there was no reason to rush. The road isn't going anywhere. The path isn't going anywhere. So for some of you, don't get too impulsive and don't get too anxious and then rush things either. Another meaning for the Seven of Pentacles card, rather than like harvest and like holding, you know, and having things stockpiled, is patience, is having the patience to put in the work to harvest, you know, to plant something and watching it grow and then being able to harvest it. It's also kind of the meaning of that card as well. We have the Five of Cups. Yes, so whatever this is, the Six of Swords card here that just came out, whatever situation it is that's making you feel like you want to rush, or that you want to beat everybody to the finish line or whatever, but then getting tired halfway through and then having to just sit there and kind of catch your breath while everyone passes you by, is going to lead you into this Five of Cups energy, where you're disappointed in yourself and you're upset and you're, you know, and you're like, kind of like, why did I do that? Yeah, but it's kind of, the Five of Cups is notorious for being a card of, you know, we understand that you're sad and that you're disappointed and you're hurt and stuff like that, but you kind of did it to yourself, in the sense where like you're in this situation because of what you've done on the road headed up to this point. So like I was saying, like with the Four of Cups here, with being really, really focused on these other things and not seeing the good things or the offer or the thing that's going to help you. And now you're in the Five of Cups where, you know, you have no idea why things are turning out the way that they are. You know, these cups are spilled on the floor. You feel trapped in this net. You want to cry and complain, but it's like, but you're here because you ignored your cup. You know what I mean? I had a train of thought about this, the other meaning of this card, and I totally, oh yeah. And the other thing I think with this card, is now that you're in this point, you know, the past is the past. There's no use crying over spilled milk. Just clean it up and move on. Like, you know, at this point, we can't change the past. What's done is done. You know, we already made the choice to focus on these other things in our life. We've already came this far and run impulsively, and we've thought about it. Now we just have to kind of think about how we're going to move in the future and not be so impulsive and rushing into things. Because like with this Nine of Swords, that's also rushing into things kind of carelessly as well. Like, you just need to keep in mind that, you know, like I said, you're not seeing the full picture of something. So whether you're running away from something or running towards something without being prepared, there's something that you're not seeing in the whole situation that's around you, that you need to kind of figure out what that is. Whether that's looking inside of yourself, asking God, the divine, the universe, what, you know, whoever, to show that to you, to bring light, to shed light onto that. Some of you, I see with this card, some of you are meant for something so much greater than what you're doing right now. And it's almost like deep inside, you know that, but for some reason you're so focused on what's happening to you, like in this moment in your life, so much so that you have like completely forgotten your dreams and your goals for your future, and you're focusing so hard only on like what's right in front of you. So like, for example, working so hard at some retail store, and you become so over obsessed and so consumed in that job to where, like, you know, you want to try to be like the manager, and you want to try to like move up in the company, and you want to like, when it started out as a part-time job just to kind of get you extra money to focus on your goals and your dreams, but like something happened along the way that like discouraged you from your goals and dreams, and now it's like you're like so focused on this job that you're not even really supposed to be in, if you're being honest with yourself, but you've become so sucked up in it that you've like forgotten that you're a star, that you're like divine, and that you have all these gifts that you're supposed to be using to fulfill your soul's purpose. And we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, and some of you are going to have to come to terms with like leaving those situations that you were in, those situations that, you know, for lack of a better term, are not important in the grand scheme of things. Also, I just realized that this is a giraffe, and we had that soul giraffe card with the other oracle deck. Interesting that it's the walking away card, because even though on the outside looking in, someone might think that your situation's really good, like, oh, you know, they have a consistent, stable job, you know, they're making good money, blah, 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 you know. So to other people, it might seem like you're leaving something good behind, but you know, in your heart and in your soul and in your, you know, your intuition knows that even though it might be good, or what other people consider to be good, it's not your sole purpose. So, you know, you're going to have to find a way to walk away from that and go on a, you know, start on your path, whether that's working in a different field or doing some type of job that is actually more aligned with your target soul purpose, you know, with your goals and your dreams, to allow you to grow on the correct path, or if that's like completely not working for anybody else ever, and trying to start your own business, or being an entrepreneur, or doing something from home or something. I don't know. It could be different. There's a lot of people. It could be something different for everybody. But let's see. We have the Tower. Yeah. So you're, you know, leaving this job, or it doesn't have to be a job, but like leaving this situation and doing something that's more aligned with your purpose, and making that change is gonna feel like a super crazy big tower moment for some of you. You know, the Tower represents things going seemingly to be going great, things that are, you know, on the path to being, you know, perfect or whatever. Everything seems to be going fine, and then a huge upheaval comes and completely uproots everything, and completely just all the way F's things up. And you're totally blindsided in some cases. That's what that might feel like. It might feel like, you know, I know, okay, it's like, okay, God, you told me to like move towards my soul purpose, and I left this job, and, you know, now I'm going to try to go on my path. But it's like, but why the frick does it feel so hard? Like, why is everything falling apart? Like, it might feel like that, but, you know, to be another strong tower that's not going to crumble in the future, you need to have a strong foundation. And when you're in the wrong foundation, i.e. that job or that situation, you're unable to fill your tower up with things that are for your sole purpose without it crashing, because it wasn't the right foundation to begin with. So, you know, in some cases you're going to need to tear everything down to rebuild. And yeah, and the High Priestess here is saying that you intuitively know that. Some of you have been knowing that for, you know, weeks, months, years, whatever, that for you to be able to like truly go down your path and live your soul purpose and actually meet your dreams and your goals, that you are going to have to completely uproot your, oh my God, I can't talk. Completely uproot your life, completely change everything, completely tear down your whole tower to its foundation, and rebuild completely. And some of you have been putting that off because Spirit is saying that some of you thought it would just be too hard or too impossible to do that, to tear that all down and rebuild it again. And obviously Spirit is saying that it's not impossible, because if you just believed in yourself, in, you know, God and the universe, that your angels, your ancestors, all of us, that we are here to guide you and to lift you up and to teach you that, you know, it's not impossible to rebuild that foundation and rebuild your tower. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? What is going on? Sorry. In my last couple of videos, I was having issues shuffling too. And I was like, what is going on here? Why are these so hard to shuffle? And I thought I was having one of those moments again where everything was not going right. But we got it. We have the Queen of Cups. So some of you, as you start to make these changes and you start to accept that these things are necessary, excuse me, to be able to grow and to be able to head down the path you're supposed to be on, you are going to become more accepting of that thought and start to find this loving compassion for yourself again. And you're going to be able to nurture yourself and be able to give yourself self-love, and be able to love yourself again and be able to show that to other people as well, to be more open and nurturing with other people, more compassionate, more loving, more giving. You're going to have, emotional stability, emotional sovereignty of your emotional body and of your spirituality and all of that stuff. We have the Two of Swords. So yeah, this is the big decision. You're at a crossroads right now. So after gathering all this information for however long, after realizing the situation you're in is not the correct one for you, and you know your dreams and goals and you know what you have to do, now you have to make this choice. Are you going to stay where you're at and not grow and feel like you're never going to be where you want to be, and that you're never going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve? Or are you going to leave that situation, tear down your tower, and rebuild? That's the big question. And some of you might feel really, really afraid. Some of you might feel like there's no way that that's going to happen. Like you might feel like, completely, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, like completely destroyed and overpowered by your circumstances, to the point where you feel like there's no way you could possibly get up and start again. And, that's just not true. But that's how some of you might be feeling. And that might also be why that this change that you need to make in your life has been so delayed, honestly, because for some reason that's how some of you feel. You feel like you have 10 swords in your back or something that's keeping you totally just overpowered on the ground. With the Three of Swords, some of you could have had some type of betrayal in your past. It doesn't have to be like when you were a child. It could be like 6 months ago is the past, a year ago is the past. Like, it doesn't have to be like childhood trauma, but it's definitely some type of heartbreak or betrayal or something that really kind of threw you for a loop that was not supposed to happen, that happened, and kind of over time has made you feel like you are feeling like this 10 of Swords card, where you're completely being held down by all these swords, and that you're overpowered and you can't move and you can't move ahead, and something's definitely something definitely happened. And you'll know if that's for you or not, if that message is for you, because you'll resonate with having something like that that's kind of been holding you back for X amount of time. Again, we have Two of Pentacles. We have another in between two situations card here. So again, like I said, some of you are going to have to really make that decision. That's like double confirmation right there in that moment. And with the Hierophant here, you're going to have to trust in the divine and God, the universe, that it is all going to work out, but you have to make some changes. You can't just expect to receive certain things without having putting any work in. Even manifestation requires work in the beginning. Like, you still have to set your intention. You still have to put in the energy and the time to set that intention and to form it in any modality that you want. Everyone's different. Their manifestations are different. You have to do that for so much time before you release it into the universe and forget about it and then go about your life. And then eventually your manifestations come back to you, because that's how the universe works. So you have to be able to get to that point. You have to be able to trust the universe and God that once you've put in all this work that you're going to be putting in, that you have to be able to trust that you can actually let it go into the universe, let it go back to God, and that it's coming, but you have to just kind of keep going. A lot of people don't actually know that that's the biggest part of manifestation that people get wrong, is that they forget about the letting go part, the releasing part. Because if you hold on to your manifestations for too long and don't trust that God and the divine are giving you what you want, essentially, are going to give you your manifestations, and you hold on to them and you don't release it to God or the universe, that's what delays your manifestations, and sometimes, in some cases, makes them not happen. So you have to have, this is saying like you've got to trust. Otherwise, you know, you're never gonna get them. Even if you start working hard for it, you're never gonna get what you. Yeah, and this is the Magician card. You are the co-creator of your life alongside Spirit, alongside God, the divine. You, in tandem with God and divine and Spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, are going to create your new life, the life that you are meant to live. But you can only do that if you believe. Oh my gosh, we have another decision-making card. Yeah, the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands are all basically like in between two things. Two decisions, two situations, two choices. And we also have the Two of Cups. That is crazy. The Two of Cups is more like a love card or a partnership. So like I said before, some of you might be already in a partnership. You might already have your person. But for some of you, you're not. And this could be for some of you that you might be meeting your partner, your counterpart, which is pretty cool. And you'll meet them after going on this journey of finding your, going down your soul purpose, finding what you really should be doing in life. So that is what I have for you guys today. That is so cute. I love this little card. It's adorable. I hope that you guys enjoyed that and found what you needed, or listened to or heard what you need to listen to, or what you needed to hear. Again, my name is Cece. I was your intuitive reader for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up on the way out. It really helps me and supports my channel. Also, if you haven't thought about it, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me to connect to your energy way more easy in the future for these type of readings. That is pretty much all I see for you guys, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!